Peace. Welcome back, Star Family, to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome in. Hi, I am Goddess Abita. This is my YouTube channel. And if you're old, welcome back, Star Family. Yes. I love y'all so freaking much. Thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for the subscribers. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the interactions. Just thank you, period. I'm just grateful for you guys. Ashe, yes. Okay, so let's get into it. So today's video is going to be about abandonment, daddy issues, and how did that affect my relationships with intimate partners, friendships, etc. So let's jump straight into it. What we're waiting on, okay? So about the daddy issue thing, how daddy issues affected my relationships, my life, period, okay? So I'm gonna just be straight honest with you guys. Daddy issues, not having my daddy around, not having that male figure in my life, really took a toll on my life in general. It wasn't so much of the intimate relationships, it was all my relationships. All of my relationships, and my grades, my schooling, everything kind of fell through without having that love, that affection, and stuff like that. And for me, I always craved affection. I always craved that attention. And so I was a attention seeker. I had it bad, seeking attention so much, trying to get attention, trying to get noticed from family, stuff like that. And it just overall just took a bad toll on my life. So when we talk about daddy issues as far as your intimate relationships, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. My intimate relationships, like far as dating and stuff, was horrible. Like, I always tried to look for a father in who I was dating. And I didn't even, it was bad. It was so bad to the point where I had trouble respecting a man. Like, I had trouble respecting who I was with. I had trouble believing them, trusting in them. I had trouble allowing them to love me because I felt like they was going to just come in and leave. I had trouble with all of those things. That having daddy issues sparked a horrible relationship with trust for me. Like, I didn't trust shit nobody said. I didn't trust nothing nobody said to me. I didn't believe you. You had to prove it, And even when you proved it, I still didn't believe you. So what I will say is that I'm grateful for not having a father in my life. I'm grateful, and I'm going to tell you why. I know a lot of y'all might be thinking that's weird for me to say, but I'm going to tell you why I'm grateful for not having a father in my life. I feel like if I had a father in my life that was there, I wouldn't be able to appreciate life the way that I do now. I feel like I would have been a little ungrateful for some things. I feel like I would have been slightly feeling a little privileged. I feel like I would have just felt above everyone around me. With me not having a dad humbled me throughout life. It humbled me. It made me cherish relationships. It made me take love seriously. It made me go head forward for relationships and love, and it just made me a different person than who I would have been if I had a father. Now, have I tried to fix my relationship with my father? I have. Actually, on numerous occasions, I feel like that. Excuse me, y'all. It's a plane flying around, so if it's loud, ignore it, okay? I'm sorry. But I'm not editing my video, so it's just gonna be in there. But whatever. Anyway, so I have tried to fix the relationship with my father numerous occasions, numerous times. But the thing that messed me up the most with the situation is that in one time particular, I was trying to fix my relationship with my father, and I had just lost my mom, right? What really hurt me the most in that situation is that he actually showed up to the funeral. Like, my dad actually showed up to the funeral and stuff, and didn't say anything to me, didn't like give me a hug, didn't give me any condolences, or didn't even let me know he was there. I only knew he was there because us as her children had to get up and stand in front of the thing. We all gave our messages to our mom. We read poems off, stuff like that. And we all lit candles for her. We lit, it was 4 of us, so we all lit 4 candles and stuff like that. So we had a tribute that we were doing for her. And that's how I knew he was there. Didn't even know he was there. None of that. So fast forward, it's the end of the funeral, and my little sister on my dad's side come up to me, and she gave me a hug. And I didn't even know she was there. I was like, girl, what are you doing here? And stuff like that. I'm so glad you're here. And she was hugging me really tight, letting me know she loved me, and she's sorry about my loss and stuff like that. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, who brought you? You know, I'm asking this question. I was like, who brought you? And she was like, oh, Dad brought me. I was like, okay, where he at? She's like, oh, he out in the car. And I'm like, what? And so y'all fast forward like 5 minutes later, he calls her phone and rushing her. What are you doing? Come on, I'm ready to go. And da 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 da. And she was like, oh, I just found my sister, so I'm hugging her and telling her I love her. So like, come on, I'm tired of waiting. I'm ready to go. Been here all day and da 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 da. So I ended up grabbing the phone. I was like, you couldn't come in and give me a hug or anything like that? Y'all, I'm laughing now because I've healed from the situation, but then I was so heartbroken. Can y'all believe this man really told me on the phone the day at my mom's funeral, told me over the phone that let's keep the relationship how it was before she passed. As in, we don't need to talk anymore, this, that, and the third. I said, okay, cool. But I was heartbroken as fuck, y'all. I was so fucking hurt. I was so distraught. I was like, I felt like I was almost dreaming in a way. Like, I couldn't even fucking believe he had just said that shit to me, you know, out of his fucking mouth, right? And it had just like broke me down a little bit, y'all. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. It had broke me down a little bit, and I couldn't understand why I was going through that situation. I couldn't understand why he was treating me the way he was treating me. I didn't understand what my little sister had that I didn't have, and why he didn't want to love me. You know, I didn't understand the situation. And you know, to this day, I still don't understand it, which is why I let it go, which is why I healed from it. I spoke my piece. I wrote my letters. I burned my letters. I spiritual bathed. I showered. I did a spiritual shower. I did herbal tea rubs. I did body scrubs. I did bath salts. I did everything in my power to release this situation from my heart, my spirit, my mind, and my soul, y'all. Like I tell y'all, I can't even make this shit up. That was the best thing that I could have done for myself, was let it go. I can't fix it. I can't force him to fix it, you know. The best thing for me to do in this situation is to let it go and to keep it from causing stress, man. Like, I was so stressed out, and it was taking a toll on my intimate relationships with my husband. I was married, you know. I still am to the same person. You know, but I'm saying was because that was a past tense situation. So I'm married to my husband or whatever, and it was like literally affecting our relationship at this point, because I couldn't trust him. I couldn't trust his word. I couldn't believe him. I couldn't believe in him. I couldn't allow him to be a man because I feel like he was going to let me down. I just couldn't let him hold that podium by himself without feeling like he was going to fail, or fall and suck at it. So, I had to heal that situation, y'all. I had to go to countless amounts of therapy. I did everything in my power, you guys. I went to countless amounts of therapy. I was on numerous type of medications. I had so much going on. I did a lot, I even tried going back around him, talking with him about my situations and, how not having him around affected me growing up. So I did my part, y'all. I did my part, and that didn't help, right? So moral of the story is, if you know you can't fix something, if you know you can't change someone's mind or situation or perspective of how they feel about you and, how they handle you as a person, my best suggestion is to let it go. Heal from it on your end. Write your letters. Write a letter to that person, because that's what I had to do. I wrote a letter to my dad and wrote it out. It was a long letter, y'all. I wrote a long letter to my dad and I burned it. I prayed over it. I burned it. I spiritual bathed afterwards. I rubbed countless amounts of healing oils over my body afterwards. I did everything. I lit candles, everything. And that's what helped me heal, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Letting that situation go healed me. It healed a certain part of my emotional trauma. That was just a piece of the trauma, a very heavy piece, as we call it, a very heavy piece of trauma that I was holding on to. So me doing what I did, letting that go, really, really helped me, y'all. I cannot even make this up. So my suggestion to anybody out there, any young lady out there that's having daddy issues and you begging your father, you trying to get him to love you, you know you worthy of his love and he's not doing it, let it go. Write a letter, burn it, pray over it, burn you some candles, sage, do you some Palo Santo, get you a spiritual bath right after that, scrub your body in bath salts, and when I tell you, that's where your healing gonna come from. But you're gonna shed countless amount of tears. You're gonna shed countless amount of tears. You're gonna shed countless amount of dead skin cells. You're gonna shed a lot. You're gonna shed a lot as a being, period. You're gonna shed a lot. And I need you guys to heal. If you're going through the same situation that I was going through at one point, try the things that I just named off in this video, and I promise you, I'm not going to tell you it's going to fix every single emotional part in your life, but it'll fix a certain part of that situation, that has healed my PTSD tremendously, but that's not, majority of where my PTSD stemmed from, but that healed a piece of it. And, you got to start somewhere, right? And so I know my daddy issues was a big part of my issues, because I was just seeking that father figure in different lovers, different partners, and it didn't work. It still came back to internal. It still came back to my insides. It still came back to what I need to do inside. And when I realized that I did that, I did the deep shadow work. I did the deep healing. I did everything that I knew I could, right? And to this day, I can tell you guys, to this day, right here, right now, I'm 100% better. I feel so free of his energy. I feel so vibrant. I've let that energy go. I've let that flow to where it needs to flow to. I no longer want control over it. I no longer want that energy in my space. I've let it go. I've handed it over to the universe. I've handed it over to my ancestors to take care of that situation. That's just that on that. And so, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this video. And that just did it, right? So yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, that's the end of this video, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe to continue to vibe with me. Yeah. Your girl Goddess Sabita's out, okay? Peace. One love.